Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Quite often, looking out onto our world, it can be very overwhelming what to do. Last week, I talked about our inner compass. So, this inner compass, original nature, this true north, is the place that we can truly be genuine, authentic, who we actually are. When we end our practice, we say the four bodhisattva vows. And the first one is, I vow to save all sentient beings. The first big mistake we make is we think there are any sentient beings to save. So a bodhisattva is a being, a person who is not identified with I, me, and mine, the body, the senses, or even fixing the world. I think about all the different ways that ordinary human beings have created and made all these institutions around what is correct, what is ethical, what is right. In our practice, going all the way back to Bodhidharma, do not rely on words, on scriptures, on holy books, on Bibles for the direction of your ethical conduct. That's the false prophet. Everything outside is deluded. It is not real. So what is there to fix if it's not real? What's real is how you affect this world that you're living in. So what are you doing with your life? That's the only place that fixing anything can happen, because this heart mind is centered here. Last week I talked about, these aspects of sitting practice. And of course, sitting practice and wisdom are part of the perfections. So you have generosity first, you have ethical conduct, then you have patience, you have diligence, willing to work at it, willing to look at what is this actually? What am I doing? What am I accepting as real? What am I thinking is the right way? And what actually is my inner compass showing me? I get really passionate about complaining about the condition that the world is in. I do it. I admit it. And I get angry. I get really engaged, in my experience of the world, reading the news, watching the this and that, listening to podcasts, going to this or that, seeing how people respond and react to their world and how they create suffering. It's frustrating. It's horrible in many ways to see how we treat each other. Coming back and centering here in this heart mind, it doesn't begin and end with this physical experience. Wisdom throughout the ages is the wisdom throughout the ages because it is not connected to a particular age, category, group, religion, philosophy. It is the wisdom of the ages because it does not belong to this outside world that we've created, this mirage that we keep saying is real. To expose the mirage means you have to really be authentic. And being really authentic is not believing this or that. It's don't know. Being really authentic is just reflecting. I had a conversation the other day. Dan was there with someone, and she said, how do I not have this misery, this suffering of what other beings are going through? how do I not hold on to that as though that's me? How do I not have it become attached to me? It's not adopting, taking it on. It's being a mirror and reflecting clearly. The more I think about this, the more it works for me as what true compassion is. It's not clinging to suffering and holding on to it in your own heart and mind. It's reflecting clearly what there is. Light of wisdom is the source of change, the truth as it actually is, not the way we think it is, not how we project it, but how it actually is. And this light can come through us when we stop trying to make change. Don't try to make it, be it. Coming back to the monks who were walking for peace, I kept saying, they're not walking for peace, they are peace. They're walking. They're just simply walking, but they are peace. How do you be peace and not walk somewhere to try to get it? This walking somewhere to try to get it, that's the manipulation. That's the falsehood. That's the ideology saying, this is the way. Come over here. Do it like this. Listen to your own heart mind in your own capacity where you are now and what you're capable of doing. Do it from there. Do it from this experience, not what you're told should happen or not what you get attached to because of fear, empathy, greed, desire to be right, all of those sort of things that externally are creating the mess that you're in. So just drop it to be clearly right now in this moment, just directed by true north of your original nature. It's always there. We're just blinded by our own stupidity. So the only thing I can change is how I deal with my own life, how I go through the world, and how I respond to what's happening around me. That's what I can change. I can't change people's minds. I can't change them from being an ignorant slob to being an enlightened being. I have no power over that. But I can observe and I can acknowledge the falsehoods when I see them. And at least for myself, I can't convince anybody, because as soon as I do, then I'm part of the problem. When you're truly just reflecting, being a compassionate being from your own heart and mind place, then people see that. Why? Because you're not an individual. That's just what you think you are. You're part of the tapestry of life. It's all of us together. It's none of us separate. And it's that separation that, again, is always the source of all of our misery. So when I smile at someone, I'm acknowledging, here we are. We're not separate. I'm not smiling because I like the way they look. I'm not smiling because they're in the same camp as me. I'm not smiling because they belong to the same religious persuasion as me. I'm not smiling because I think I'm a chosen person and they are too. And those guys over there, screw them. I'm smiling because here we are. We're all struggling with the same thing, our own ignorance, our own deluded views, our own struggles with our shortcomings, all of it. Acknowledging that and just being present and being a reflection clearly, that's the best I can do. There's so many crooked roads. There are so many ways you can go down the rabbit hole of ignorance, stupidity, anger, hatred, all of the rest. It just propels you to stop using your own compass and start relying on something that you're being told. Changing this heart mind is changing all heart minds. When you're awakened, the whole world is awakened. It's not just you. All sentient beings are liberated when you're liberated. Liberating ourselves from our own selfishness, our anger, our hatred, our deluded views, our ideas of being right, all these things that we've taken on to try to cover up our own fear and insecurity and inability to deal with how things are. We just keep playing in this playground of misery instead of just stopping and going, wait a minute, what is this really? What is this really? There's all kinds of ways we can label things and this and that. I mean, gosh, the AI, the algorithms, social media. Need I go on? It's like, just be a mirror, reflect it back. It's not you. Let it go. And then see what's there. I think of myself as being pragmatic. Well, to me, what that means is being a mirror, reflecting what needs to happen here, not my idea of what needs to happen. You got to drop it. You got to don't know. And then it's all there. I'm emphasizing this so much because of the algorithm, because of all the crap that we're constantly bombarded with, that is telling us what's real that isn't. Don't buy it. Just get back to your heart mind. It doesn't have any boundaries. No boundaries. I don't know. This is just me being me. Thanks for listening. It's funny because when we first started here tonight, I was thinking, yeah, I don't really have anything to say, And then I felt, oh, geez, everybody's sitting here expecting me to say something. I guess I'll have to say something. I hope I just didn't make it worse, right? So, anybody have any comments here or questions or anything?
So your idea of reflecting, I get that, yes, as we were in that conversation, and you should not take on somebody else's grief, anger, or rage, whatever their issues, whatever that emotion, it just drains you. So then what is an example of reflection in that situation where you reflect back what? What does that entail?
I'll give you an example. I hear you. How can I help?
Yes, absolutely.
And if you take it on, then how you can help is very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, you become part of the problem. But how can I help? That question is coming from just the reflection. Then you're allowing for a real answer to spring up rather than what you think you're helping. You're doing something to help someone. That's a great question. How can I help? Just generally, but it has to come from that clear place.
And it has to be altruistic too.
It has to be altruistic.
You need help.
Yeah, it has to be altruistic. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, if you're just helping your tribe, what are you doing? Making enemies? Probably. Yeah.
Thank you for this talk. Really, thank you.
It's always wonderful to see you and hear you. Thanks for being here. Have a good day. Did you get some of that?
I got pieces, but I gotta say, the day I forget my hearing aids, the day you become the most loquacious.